You're listening to Papillo Effect, a podcast where we talk about all kinds of subjects that spark our curiosity. Today, I want to explore an idea that often gets overlooked in modern conversations. People sometimes say, we should remove religion from society, or children shouldn't be taught about God. But here's a question. How do you remove something that has shaped nearly every civilization humanity has ever built? Look around the world. Walk through Egypt, and you'll find temples dedicated to gods. Visit Greece, and mythology is carved into stone. Travel to India, and ancient religious traditions are woven into every city. Go to Europe, and towering cathedrals dominate the skylines. Visit the Middle East, and prophets, sacred cities, and places of worship define its history. Cross into the Americas, and you'll discover the spiritual beliefs of the Maya, Aztecs, and countless indigenous peoples. Everywhere you go, religion is there, not hidden, not added later. It's part of the foundation. When archaeologists uncover ancient civilizations, what do they often find first? Temples, shrines, burial sites, sacred writings, religious symbols. Monuments built to honor what people believed was greater than themselves. Religion isn't a small chapter of human history. For much of history, it is the story. Think about the world's greatest works of architecture, the pyramids, ancient temples, mosques, churches, monasteries, synagogues, statues of deities, sacred caves. These weren't built by accident. Entire civilizations invested their greatest minds, resources and creativity into expressing faith. Whether someone agrees with those beliefs today is another discussion. But history shows that belief has always mattered deeply to humanity. So how can we erase that which has always been around? Now think about written history. Some of the oldest surviving texts are religious. The Epic of Gilgamesh speaks about mortality and the search for eternal life. Ancient Egyptian texts describe the afterlife. The Vedas, the Torah, the Bible, the Quran, the Buddhist sutras, ancient Chinese classics. These works preserved language, culture, philosophy, and moral thought across generations. Without them, much of human history would have been lost. Even many universities began as religious institutions. Hospitals often grew from religious charities. Countless artists, scientists, philosophers, and musicians were inspired by questions about God and existence. Whether it was Isaac Newton exploring the laws of nature, medieval scholars preserving knowledge, or Renaissance artists painting scenes from sacred traditions, faith has influenced human creativity in countless ways. This doesn't mean religion has always been used well. History also records wars, oppression, and injustice committed by people acting in the name of religion. Those realities deserve honest acknowledgement. But it's equally true that people have committed terrible acts in the name of politics, nationalism, race, and ideology. Human beings are capable of both compassion and cruelty under many banners. So the question isn't simply whether religion has existed. It's how people choose to live out their beliefs. Now consider children. Some argue that children should grow up with no exposure to religion at all. But is that realistic? Religion surrounds them already, in history books, in literature, in music, in holidays, in architecture, in museums, in the names of cities, in famous paintings, and in the calendar itself. Even if a family chooses not to practice a religion, understanding religion remains essential for understanding humanity. Without it, enormous parts of history become difficult to understand. Why were these monuments built? Why did civilizations organize themselves this way? Why did millions dedicate their lives to these ideas? Why do billions still do so today? You don't have to share someone's beliefs to recognize that religion has been one of the most influential forces in human history. Ignoring it doesn't erase it. It simply leaves gaps in our understanding of the world. Perhaps the better goal isn't to remove religion from society. Perhaps it's to study it honestly, to understand where ideas came from, to examine both the good and the bad, to encourage thoughtful discussion rather than silence, because regardless of personal belief, religion has shaped law, ethics, art, architecture, philosophy, literature, and culture for thousands of years. Its fingerprints are everywhere. Every excavation, every museum, every ancient monument, every sacred text preserved through generations. They all tell the same story. Humanity has always searched for meaning beyond itself, and whether one believes those searches led to truth or not, they remain among the most significant parts of our shared history. Thank you for listening. Until next time, stay curious, keep asking questions, and never stop exploring humanity's story.